Y'all, the world is waking up right now. And I don't know if it's going to be in my lifetime. I pray to God that it is. Fingers crossed for good luck. But one way or another, I know that Andrew Ty is the name written in the stars for this next decamillennium. Big claim, but I got the zhuzh to back it up, girl. The time has come for a world-famous poet superstar. And luckily, I was born just at that time. This is one of the final videos of Andy with a Y. I've been saying that in all of these days past videos. And I truly believe it. I think that there is so much going on in the world today, globally, that there's nothing new under the sun, a phrase I never quite liked in the past, but I have a new appreciation for it. But there's a lot of stuff going on right now that is quite unprecedented. The way theories, ideologies circulate, the way that fascism is on the rise, but it's not quite fascism. It's more like this undisciplined grab for money. I mean, it's 2025, February, what day is it? February 19th as I film this. So years down the line, for anybody who is interested in the history of our period, just know that the world was shifting and a little bit of space was opening. Just a little bit, a little window that is calling for the poet and the celebrity to merge as one. I know that that's a big claim, and I know that it feels like, it is in one sense the most classic thing in the world, so familiar. Yeah, the poet is like this larger than life figure. When we think of Walt Whitman, when we think of Emily Dickinson, when we think of Homer, when we think of Virgil, when we think of Shakespeare, we think of their work and the magnitude of what they put out into the world, which is sort of what celebrity is today. Take Lady Gaga, take Beyonce. See, Beyonce is the Andrew Ty of R&B, and other stuff that she does too. Lady Gaga is the Andrew Ty of pop music. You see what I'm saying? There are these celebrities, these artists who are wonderful by their own right, in their own fields, who are putting out work of such love and openness and talent and discipline that the world has accepted them as these legends. And who is the person who is most suited for that status in the real time that we live in? The poet. That has always been the point of the poet, is to write the legend and thereby cement their name surreptitiously in the stars. Write the legend of a king or a warrior. Well, guess what, baby? I am that warrior. I am that king. And I am that poet who can write that story. I understand that there's a real danger of haughtiness and arrogance and ego in this journey. It's very similar to the journey of the prophet. Kierkegaard says some really interesting stuff about, there's a difference between the artistic genius and the prophet. One thing he says is that the artistic genius is somebody who is ahead of their time until humanity catches up to them. But the prophet is ahead of his or her time always. there is always something new to be understood about what the prophet says. There was a time whenever I went through thinking that I was meant to be a prophet. And in some ways, I do still sort of think that, God, people out there must be like, Jesus, this bastard. you know, all the same, the time has come for not another musician, not another visual artist, not another actor, not another, fucking dancer or whatever. It's time for the poet to be able to do what the poet has always done, bro. The poet has always been the figure of myth, of legend, and of utmost humanity. What comes to mind is like, I used to work with students who were writing their applications to, who made applications to get into universities. Which, by the way, to everybody out there watching this in the future, it was such a scam. The university system, college admissions consulting is what it was called. Scam. Scammy money don't make no money, but freaky money, and I'm freaky money, it do make the money. I was working with this one student. She was a young woman her parents, I think, were immigrants from India. She had no clue who Walt Whitman was. A senior in high school. She had no clue who Walt Whitman was. Which I actually take as a sign that the world is ready for a world-famous poet superstar. I see all of these signs, right now. In the movies, poetry is mentioned more. By celebrities, poetry is mentioned more. I see it. I see the synergy. I see the stars aligning for what I was born to do, to shine through. It's very exciting. It's a mixed bag. There are times of great doubt in my life. It's very hard to exist in this world as a poet. In our world today, the impulses of poetry, of creativity, of humanity, of truth, of wisdom, girl, they are not respected. People don't give a shit about the wisdom that somebody like me has worked their ass off to gain and then to share. But they should, and they will. Not just because they need to, but because what I have planned, and trust me, the timestamp on this video, it is 5:38 a.m. Wednesday, February 19th, 2025. The things that I have planned over the next years, girl, you will never know what's coming. I understand the arrogance in my statement. I see it. Don't worry. Trust me, I get it. And it's balanced with a healthy dose of humility. I'm a human being just like everybody else. Nobody is more deserving or less deserving of humanity, comfort, security than I am. It's just that ever since I was born, I knew that there was something different for me. And not just different for me, but different for me than even the other people who were born to be something different. I see those people. I love those people. I surround myself with them. And I'm still different from them. It's amazing. God gave me a gift of the Spirit. Language fails. Maybe that's why I'm a poet, because my earthly self became so fascinated and obsessive with capturing in language what it is that God has given me. And there's such a deep, gnawing sense of guilt in my gut, truly. It's why I keep mentioning it, of owning my difference and my stardom. I don't want to put people down. I don't want to make people feel bad or like they're nothing. I want to make everybody feel loved and included. Humanity is amazing. I could cry talking about it. And I want so badly to express all that is in my spirit, all that beautiful bounty that I was given to bring into this world. It hurts whenever the people in my life, my father, my mother, my sister, whom I love, and my friends, whom I love, when they aren't able to see what I'm building. And I think that's necessary. The world is ready. The time is ripe for a world-famous poet superstar. But I can't have, I gotta have people who see me as human, including myself, so they can keep me in line and keep me in check, you know what I'm saying? I don't just want it, I am it. And I really hope this video proves to be so prescient, so amazingly foreshadowy, that people come back to this 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, 500 years from now, 1,000 years from now, 5,000 years from now, 10,000 years from now, and say, he did it. When I saw RuPaul Andre Charles in person, he said, and I'd never heard him say this before, and I'd never really heard other people say it before, but it's something I always thought in these exact words. I'd always wanted to do the damn thing, to do it. When I died, I wanted people to say, he did it. He grabbed his spirit and pulled it up out of himself and put it into the world with everything he had, 100%. And when RuPaul said that, I said, that's who I am. That's my kinship. I know that I can do it. The time is ripe. And I'm very thankful to have such an exciting life journey and to walk it with people who know, my friends, my family, they don't always see it. And I really wish people could see me as I am. But I'll keep going anyway. My name is Andrew Tai, world famous poet superstar, and I will always love you.